Yo, what's going on to all my sports peeps out there? It's your favorite sports podcast. But if you don't know the name, let me put you on game. It's the Zone Sports Podcast. Yes, sir. You know what I mean? I'm one half of the host, your boy Big V. You see my guy over there. I'll let him introduce himself, bro. What's good with you, bro?
What's up, man? Yo, it's your boy COOL. Definitely wondering what the hell. Yo, it's your boy Cool C. Never dated a floozy. It's your boy Corey. Never telling the same old story. For those out there in YouTube land, we got the sign out for you. Right there.
It's back there.
Corey is in the house. Big Vito, what is good? What is going down in the neighborhood, brother?
Man, I'm doing great, bro. I'm so ready to kick this pod off. We got some good sports topics to get into, you know what I mean? Yo, and I want to give a big shout out before we even start to the Penn State Nittany Lions for catching that L this past weekend. Big Blue. You heard? Big Blue.
Yeah.
You heard? But other than that, you know what I mean? Let me let the people know we sponsored by my brand, Skyzone.Society. So make sure you shopping at Skyzone.Society.bigcartel.com. You know what I mean? Corey, what you got cooking with this what the hell segment this week? You know what I mean? I know you good. I know you've been good. You know what I mean? Because your 49ers got a little dub on Sunday. I was texting Corey, telling them they was going to take an L to the Jaguars. Boy, was I wrong, bro. Boy, was I wrong. You know what I mean?
Hey, I'm feeling a whole lot better. You know,
I should be on the what the hell segment for that text.
Well, let's see. You might kind of sort of be not for the text, but for this one, what we got going on right here. First of all, the what the hell is envisioned by my boy Big Vito. You know what I'm saying? Executed, brought to you by me, co-sponsored by my baby girl downstairs, who just ripped my Blu-ray player off the entertainment center, and you know, it's just basically hanging on by a thread. She 13, 4, I don't know, I'll do the whole month thing. She's a year and a couple of months, raising hell like Run DMC back in '86. But that ain't what we're here to talk about, Big V.
Okay.
We is here, and I quote, I love the Lord. I would like to thank Coach Harbaugh. I effing love you, man. I love the inside of you, man. I did this for you. Big V, I did this for the university. The president, our AD. Big V, we got the best players, the best university. I love you. I love this guy right here, whoever that random guy from Michigan that walked onto the field right during this interview. These guys right here, they ever did it. Big V, I can't take this anymore. I can't. First of all, this is going to go out to two people right off rip. Hell, really three, but I'm going to stick with two because we ain't got but so much time. Oh, my God. Coach Sharon or Sharon Moore, whichever one you want to go by. Now, first of all, let me get the pleasantries out the way. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, Sharon Moore is an assistant coach of Big V's Michigan State Wolverines. He's a brother.
No, Michigan, just Michigan, not Michigan State. That's different. You know what I mean? That's right. Different. You gotta be clear. You gotta be clear when you speak in Michigan. Now you gotta be clear.
Excuse me, my brother.
Okay.
But Big V, I saw this man up here. You crying though? You crying? What the hell? Wait. Stop out. I'm sorry, Big V. You know, Penn State is a big deal, right? Okay, I want to be clear with that. Had y'all had lost to Penn State, albeit without Coach Harbaugh on the sideline, y'all playoff chances would probably be null and void. I ain't gonna hold you. Is it a big deal? Yeah, kind of, sort of. But to be out there crying, though? Now, wait a minute. I'm like, wait a minute. What college football playoff game did we win? What? Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I can't. He's sitting up, and then the U.S. Today story just came out about your boy Moore. Said he got a tongue lashing by his grandmother for using the explicit interview. You know, grandma's like, yo, what's going on? This ain't the grandbaby. I know now. I want to be crystal clear. I curse like a sailor, and you can tell I kind of tend to somewhat watch my mouth because I don't know when my mom gonna catch one of the clips. Hey, I respect that energy. But what you crying about, bro? What you crying about? Huh? What you crying about? What do we? Was it the national championship game? I'm sorry, I missed something. Okay, I'm sorry. We're pressed for time. Let's move on. And Jim Harbaugh, he's my guy, but boy, he making it hard. Pause, no pause, however you want to non-pause that or not. He's making it hard for me, Big V. I'm gonna pause it just to be on the safe side. Big V, he was asked about everything that's been going on, Big V. And I quote, well, it's got to be America's team. America loves a team that beats the odds, beats adversity, overcomes naysayers and critics of what the so-called experts think. Big V, that's my favorite kind of team. And yeah, watching it from that view, Big V, on television, it was like, finally, people get to see what I see every day in these players and these coaches. What? Time out. Now, Jim Harbaugh, you my guy. I'm riding. I'm up here catching sports bullets for you right now, my guy. Okay? Oh. Gosh, I wish this was happening to Ohio State. Oh. I really wish it was. Now, let me be clear. How much did Jim Harbaugh know about Connor Stallions, aka Connor Megan the Stallions, playing 007 private detective on Central Michigan sidelines? I don't know. There was another story that came out that said, you know, those visits to those teams of tickets that he bought, there's no record trail that leads back to Michigan. So in other words, he may be rogue. He may not be rogue. But let me tell you something real quick, man. You know, this I got to keep the same smoke that I would have for the New England Patriots. I think that at worst, you making Bill Belichick look like a fucking nun right now. Okay, I'm giving Bill Belichick hell for having people stay in hotel rooms across the opposing team's hotel facilities. Doing this, Big V, I'm catching smoke. I'm sitting up, but that's wrong. That's wrong. And I felt like they should have been banned. I felt like the New England Patriots should have been banned. They should be stripped from their 3 Super Bowls doing Spygate and the 1 Spygate or the Deflategate for Tom Brady. That's just how I feel, right? But, you know, with this whole Michigan thing, I'm keeping most of the same smoke. But let's get back to Jim Harbaugh. You know, you got 3 billion people that's part of the staff, players, friends, communities, boosters. Got it. You know what? If you want to do the whole sign stealing thing, I get it, man. You like, I really don't think advanced scouting and a player or someone of your staff being in attendance on the sideline, but in attendance, and you know, you want to say, hey, when they throw up that little sign that got Justin Timberlake and Mighty Mouse on it, that means run Jet Power 2. I ain't got no problem with that. You throw them out there, you change the signs up or you don't. But Big V, if we're talking about Connor Megan the Stallions on the sideline, the only mother father on the sideline with shades on. First of all, I really, the third potential should be Central Michigan. What the hell? Wait a minute. Time out. Now, I never played organized sports, but I would imagine that it's a pretty much tight ship on that sideline. Maybe not. Someone hit me in the comments and say, hey, man, Corey, you don't know what you're talking about? I will digress. But let me tell you something. I've had parties when I was at North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University, Big V. I had people coming in and out my apartment, especially during homecoming. Ain't know who the hell they was. But you know what I knew? I knew they ain't know who the hell they was. So let me get this straight. You got a guy 60 minutes on the sideline. Dude, ain't nobody be like, yo, who you, bro? Hey, I'm gonna need to bring this to coach. Who the hell this guy? We don't know who he is. Central Michigan, what the hell? I'm sorry. You want to talk about at best, it is a lack of institutional control under Harbaugh's watch. I'm trying, dog. Like Tyra Banks told me back in 2003 on America's Next Top Model, we're rooting for you. I was pulling for you. You know, your guys are the anti-Ohio State. Nobody wants them to win up outside of you because you are a Michigan fan. You know, Nobody want. I want to see y'all tip drill Ohio State in 2 weeks. Now, does it matter? Hell, I don't know. You're doing it for a reason. I don't look. I don't know. All I know is this: Jim Harbaugh, Sherrod Moore, Central Michigan. Even Stewie, he got back up for a minute, but he passed right back out after all this. What the hell? I can't do this anymore.
Corey. Oh my goodness. That was a great what the hell segment, Corey. I gotta say,
I know these you guys.
I'm ashamed because I am a Michigan fan.
Yeah.
But boy, let me tell you, I will say this. I'm gonna be honest. When I saw my man press interview, because I watched it live. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, Corey. I started to tear up a little bit because I felt that emotion. I felt it.
Yeah.
But Corey, I'm gonna be real again too. It was about an hour later after that pass. I saw the clip again. And I had to ask myself first, what the hell was you tearing up for? And then I had to ask myself, why is he tearing up? Nigga, this ain't Ohio State. It was not Ohio State. Yo, dog, this game was not tear-worthy. I'm sorry. You need to save all that energy when we beat Ohio State.
I give you Ohio State.
Penn State is mediocre at best. We want to save those tears for the last game of the season, Corey, when we do something like beat and I hate when they say the Ohio State. Yo, that's when you come out and say, we got the best AD. We got the best players in the country. I want to thank Harbaugh. Dog, you beat, and I get it, you an assistant coach.
Yeah.
You came in at a time where Harbaugh was suspended. Dog, he is suspended for the next. They said, like, with the Penn State, it was 3 games. It is now 2 more games. Dog, you got Maryland coming up.
Should steamroll them.
We should. But then you got the Ohio State. Yes, the.
Yeah.
That is when you start talking. That is when you pull out your big press release.
There you go.
That win was not worthy of your grandma giving you a tongue lashing for, because you shouldn't have, you know what? You shouldn't have acted out like that anyway. She was ashamed of you, and she ain't probably know how to say it. I think that's probably what it was. She wasn't ashamed of you, cousin. She probably said that those tears was not for that moment, sir. No. But we're gonna move on, man. I digress. Lord, man, what the hell? Oh my goodness. That was good. That was, man, that made my night. That was funny. That was because of, oh my goodness. Because I watched it back, and I thought the same thing. Like, no, bro, this is not the time for that. It's the Nittany Lions, dog. I could see if you was facing what's my man name that used to play in the 90s for Penn State? What was it, Rashawn Salam? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
If you was facing those guys, Joe Patel, you know what I mean? And I matter of fact, I'm not even gonna mention his name on this broadcast. So pardon me. But if you was had that core group of individuals, it would be worth the tears, maybe. But I would not. Anyway, I just can't. Yeah. What the hell, man?
Yeah.
Corey, we gotta shift gears to some NBA.
Love the NBA.
Love the NBA. You know what I mean? Love the NBA. And here recently, ladies and gentlemen of the Zone Sports Podcast, Isaiah Thomas. I know y'all like which one. There's several Isaiah Thomases, but the one that used to play for the Boston Celtics. You know what I mean? He recently reached out to the Charlotte Hornets, Corey, and asked could he have a spot on the team. Yeah. I don't know if he's gotten a response yet per this broadcast today, November 15th, 2023. But when I heard that, Corey, it got me thinking just about his entire career. And I want to start by saying, I was a fan. I was a fan of Isaiah Thomas. I know he played for the gross Boston Celtics, you know what I mean? Because we're true Laker fans. But we know talent when we see it. We can respect some of people who come through the Boston Celtics organization, such as an Isaiah Thomas. It just got me thinking about how his career just shifted, Corey. For those that don't know, at one point in time, Isaiah Thomas was getting ready to be a league MVP. You know what I mean? He was doing great things with the Boston Celtics. He led them to the playoffs. And what a great playoff, what a great season that was. He led them to the playoffs. He was up for the bag, almost $160 million at one point. He ended up hurting his hip and things of that nature happen. Going into the playoffs, or I think it was maybe during the playoffs, he lost his sister. Tragic loss of his sister. He still played for the Boston Celtics organization through that time. Didn't take any time off. Was there, front, present, and everything. Running the point guard, still putting up decent numbers, doing all that with a bum hip. I think after the season, when it was when it was time for the money time for him, I think that's when they went out and got Kyrie Irving. Yeah, I'm mistaken. All Danny Ainge is doing. I don't fuck with Danny Ainge. You know what I mean? I just don't. I think he's one of the worst GMs ever. Just my opinion. Based on that move right there, actually too, that he did that. I don't like it. It just got me thinking, Corey. Does Isaiah Thomas deserve a spot in this NBA league, Corey? I want to get your opinion on it before I give mine, man. What are your thoughts on Isaiah Thomas? Is you think that he's capable of playing for this? What is it, our 32-team NBA organization? Coming in as a vet. And here's the thing, Corey, and for the people who don't know, I'm hearing that he still gets up at 5:30 in the morning and still works out like a horse. I'm hearing he's still that guy. You know what I mean? What are your thoughts, man?
Yeah, I think he belongs in the NBA. Like, you want to talk about the core reason why, even though I still feel like this is more organizational, but why players may sit out games, why people take off rest if they get just a smidge, Nick, I'm not playing tonight. Because you could see how you could get screwed over like this.
That's a good point.
Loyalty to certain teams, at least to certain teams, it gets you nowhere. That's one of the big pulls about the Lakers, right? And you can argue how smart it is, how not smart it is. You know that if you are a Laker and maybe certain other said teams that, what you do matter. The sacrifice is not 110% transactional. Like it is with Boston when Danny Ainge was there and other teams, right? And like you said, with his sister passing, man, I have an older sister on my dad's side. And let me tell you something. If she passed, I'm out for a week. Easy. And any sibling of mine, a week, don't even talk to me. Don't call me. Don't ask me nothing work related. Don't ask me when I'm coming back. Don't ask me nothing. I don't give a damn if we're in the NBA Finals, right? So that to me should have counted for something, right? But then you talk about not only that, he gets a hip injury during that run. I don't remember if it was doctors or not, but it was definitely people saying, hey, man, you might need to shut it down, man. You got to think about the rest of your career. On top of that, add into the fact that he's undersized. He is my height. He is 5'9".
Yeah.
People my height don't do quite well in the NBA. To put context to it, they consider Steph Curry short. And if I'm not mistaken, Steph Curry is like 6'3", 6'4". He's short by NBA standards now. He'll look like a freaking statue tower next to me or whatever. So Isaiah Thomas is truly my height. So you already got that going against you. And for selfish reasons, I wanted him to shut it down in Boston. But then on a more human standpoint, man, like, and look, everyone grieved differently. Now, you could argue I dealt with grief before, not like of immediate family members, but I feel like I'm more likely that guy to kind of like just shut down, like let's just put me in a room, just put me in a dark room for a couple of days, and the sun will rise the next day, and I'll be okay. Some people use work, i.e., maybe Isaiah Thomas as a distraction. So I will kind of backpedal a little bit, say, hey, maybe he needed that, and maybe he needed to play. But when we're talking about the NBA or NFL, really any major sport, but definitely in the NBA, man, look, if I got people telling me you don't need to be out there playing, guess what? I'm not playing, because us 9 to 5 cats, we talk about this all the time. Be careful how much you give to your job. Yeah, no. Do what you're supposed to do. Ain't saying there's nothing wrong with going above and beyond your job. And this goes for my current job. This goes for any job that I've ever worked for before. Y'all will not stress me out. Mm-hmm. I used to let jobs stress me out. I used to let it affect how I would talk to my wife. Not that I would snap at her, but I would just be more reserved, and you could just tell that's what my last job did. And you go through all of this, and they'll have your behind replaced in 2 weeks. Why? Because that is the business. You're not cutting it anymore, or you're not willing to give what you're giving anymore. Get out. Let's get somebody else, right? That's just how it works. So I felt like Isaiah Thomas should have thought more long-term, whatever. Now, if I already got the bag, which in the NBA, your contracts are guaranteed, having a totally different ball game. But if I'm in that quote-unquote contract year, or a quote-unquote prove-it year, let me tell you something. Doc said you don't need to be out there, shut it down. He's good enough, and I know he did this whole 2-way 10-day contract and all that stuff here and there. He deserves to, I ain't saying he got to start, but you mean to tell me that he can't be the 12th man, or was 15 people on the roster, 12, 15, whatever? You mean to tell me he can't at least be the last guy on the, because let me tell you something. I enjoyed him when he played with Cleveland, with LeBron. I enjoy him for that little bit of time that we had him with the Lakers. And I tell you what, man, that dude have a heart as big as the planet Jupiter, okay? You can't sit up here and tell me that guy will not give you everything he has. And even if Miami could figure out how to keep, what's my man named, Udonis Haslam on the team,
good point,
where he barely played.
Good point.
But he was a leader. You mean to tell me Isaiah Thomas can't be that for a team? Because you just said it, Big V, and I'm gonna let you rock. He's a vet. Let me count how many teams he done been with real quick. He has been on daggone the 2011 to 2014, the Sacramento Kings, 14 to 15, Phoenix Suns, 15 to 17, Boston Celtics, 17 to 18, the Cleveland Cavaliers, 2018, the Lakers, 2018 to 2019 with the Denver Nuggets, 2019 to 2020, the Washington Wizards, 2021, with the New Orleans Pelicans. He did a D League team or a G League team. He came back to the Lakers, 2021. The 2021-2022 Dallas Mavericks went back to the G League, and in 2022, the Charlotte Hornets, albeit all of them, most of them may have been 2-way contract. You can't tell me that guy don't have wisdom to impart on new guys coming up to the league.
That's a good point. I like what you said about Udonis Haslam. That's a great point. Corey, he should be in this league. Just like you said, Corey, I don't even think, like, from what I'm reading, he's even asking to play every game. Like, he's asking to just be a part of an organization. Like you said, do what veterans do, provide leadership. You're not going to tell me, like you just said, it's not some young cats in the league that cannot learn from fucking Isaiah Thomas, dog. He was the guy.
Memphis is one of them. Sitting down there with John Morant and those knuckleheads down there.
I like that. That's a good example, because he was the guy. He was the guy, dog. Like, he was the guy. And again, man, he's the definition of what happens when you are loyalty to the team to a fault, man. When you're loyal, to the team to a fault. You put your mental health at risk, because I'm pretty sure him dealing with his sister's death and trying to compete for a championship affected his mental health. And if it did not, it definitely affected his mental health, probably when they sat here and shipped him off after what of a great year he had for Kyrie Irving. You know what I mean? I mean, talk about kicking your back in. You know what I mean? Like Jesus Christ. And this ain't a slight on Kyrie Irving. We know Kyrie Irving. We know Kyrie Irving is him. But at that same token, during this time that we're speaking about, Isaiah Thomas was also him. We got to stop it. You know what I mean?
He was a big deal.
He was a big deal. Like, I mean, he was going. It don't matter. It don't matter if you were Jokic size or whatever. He was taking it to you. Pause. He really was. He at his size. It was when I think of point guards that was taking it to the big man. Off gate, 3 coming to my mind, and I'm not putting this in order, but it's Iverson, Kyrie, and then there's Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, Isaiah Thomas, definitely. And man, he definitely can find a spot somewhere on some roster to do veteran type stuff. And
30 teams, 30. You can't tell me there's not one, dude.
It's not one. Isaiah, keep doing your thing. To me, I know there are 2 different situations, but he's almost like the Kaepernick of the NBA, sort of. You know what I mean? I'm not with the whole kneeling and everything and all that. And I know he's had more opportunities professionally than Kaepernick has. I'm not saying that. But as far as the same way that it's teams that could use Kaepernick, it's teams that can use Isaiah.
Yeah.
It is.
Good parallel.
It is, man. It is. And we're gonna keep it on the NBA because Corey, some teams maybe needed some new players for the next couple of games. You know what I mean? Ladies and gentlemen of the Zone Sports Podcast, last night the Warriors took on the Minnesota Timberwolves. And I want to use a quote, and I think I can't remember the guy's name who starred in this movie. I can't even remember the exact movie that I'm speaking of, and it's one of my favorites. It's Saint something. I can't remember. It's with 2 brothers, and it's one of my favorite movies. It's Saint something. Y'all tell me down in the comments. I'm pretty sure y'all know what it is. Saint something. But and there in this particular movie, it was a line where the guy would yell out, it was a fire fight. And Corey, this is exactly what this was almost was. I want to give a big shout out real quick before I explain some of this. I want to give a big shout out to Rudy Gobert. And here's why. As soon as the ball tipped off, ladies and gentlemen, maybe one quick possession, Klay Thompson got into a jersey pulling contest, if you will. I can't remember the gentleman's name, and I'm literally talking about as soon as the ball
Jalen something, yeah.
I mean, I'm literally as soon as the ball tipped off, one team had it. You know what I mean? The Minnesota had it. Then they went back up court. The Warriors had it, and as soon as that happened, you see the pulling of jerseys between Klay Thompson and another gentleman of the Minnesota Timberwolves. When that happened, whistles were blown, and in the midst of that, Klay gets his jersey torn, and before that happens, you see Rudy Gobert coming up from behind Klay Thompson, pause, and putting his arm in a chokehold manner around his neck. Then all of a sudden, you see Draymond putting Rudy Gobert in the sleeper and dragging him a few feet away from the skirmish. I want to give a shout out to Rudy Gobert, dog. Listen, man. Not only did you single-handedly basically put COVID in the NBA, yeah, you did that. We still on that. Not only did you single-handedly put COVID in the NBA, you also looked scared as hell last night when Draymond had you in that chokehold. Dog, the look on your face was so comedic and priceless, dog. I have to come out here and salute you because you legit look like you were in a Texas Chainsaw movie, dog. You look like you didn't know what was happening. You look like it was over for you. You look like somebody pushed you out of a plane without a parachute. My God, you look horrified, dude. And let me tell you, I laughed so hard I wound the footage. I wound the footage dead on your face. It was hilarious. Man, oh man, oh man. Suspicions haven't came out yet, Corey, that I know of, but I'm expecting some heavy fines, you know what I mean? But they all were kicked out. They all rejected Klay Thompson. I know everybody. Oh, he's a nice guy. I love Clay. Yep, he got the boot last night. You know what I mean? He got the boot. The guy he was in the jerseys pulling contest got the boot. And of course, Draymond being Draymond, he had to have, he had to have his teammates back. I salute that. He saw his man getting choked out. He stepped in and did enforcer shit because he's the enforcer and choked my man Gobert out. You know what I mean? I salute it. You know what I mean? I salute all of it, man. And hey man, if you're gonna throw somebody in the chokehold, watch your back.
Yeah. Look, the gentleman name from the Timberwolves is Jaden McDaniels. I can't say I heard of him, but I actually thought, me personally, they just played each other like 2 or 3 nights ago. So I think it had to, for this to happen that quick, it had to been something that was residual from that night before.
Could have been. Yep.
Me personally, just isolating to that one game, I think Klay Thompson kind of started it or whatever, or finished it, depending on if you're bringing in the last game or not. Or whatever. I think with Draymond Green just totally doing the whole baby boy Melvin thing on Tyrese with that chokehold and dragging him off the court. He let Rudy Gobert look like a damn dead deer going to the back of a pickup truck that's already dead already. That's what he looked like to me, Big V, but that's just only if you're asking. Look, man, I think that Rudy Gobert is a corn puff at best or whatnot. I think he, the whole COVID thing, I thought he was a jerk for doing that.
Yeah.
And let's kind of bring it back to the game real quick. He did for a split second, it looked like he would grab Klay Thompson and almost had him in the chokehold, albeit for a brief segment before he moved his hands down. Or whatever. Now, did Draymond really care what type of position, pause, no pause, however you want to do it, that he had Klay Thompson in? No, I think Draymond Green lives for these situations. And I think Draymond Green is an individual that if he's not on your team, you're kind of like you hate his guts. But I tell you what, if you're a Golden State Warriors fan, or if you're out there in the back alley, you got Draymond Green with you and he's your boy, that's the guy that you want on your squad. Now, I think it's going to catch up to him, Big V, and I think this might be the time. I got sports in on right now. Nothing like you said has been announced yet. I think Adam Silver, the commissioner for the NBA, is going to come down rough on this guy. You got to look at his track record. I mean, if this is just one game, yeah, but you look at how he did the curbside Seth Rollins stomp on my man Sabonis from Sacramento last year in the playoffs. You want to go to the nut punch that he did with LeBron James in 2016.
Adams
right?
too.
Right. You want to talk about that? You want to talk about the Mike Tyson punch out that he gave to Jordan Poole a few years ago? All that stuff's going to catch up. Me personally, I understand that that's his job and he's going to stand up for his guy, and rightfully so. That's just he's just built different. As far as who's getting put in the chokehold, me personally, I don't think it could have happened to a better person. With that being Rudy Gobert, a deer in headlights, getting drugged to the back of the pickup truck. Me personally, I think Draymond Green's probably going to at least get 10 games off of this. I think he's going to get 10 games and a healthy ass fine. Me personally, for this one specific thing, I don't think he should be suspended, but he's going to get suspended. Everybody else is going to be cool with the text. I wouldn't surprise me if he gets 10 games, if not more, off of this. He's bringing WWE into the NBA. Me personally, I love it. We grew up watching the 80s and 90s. This is kind of stuff that what happens. People used to throw punches and nothing happened, but I get it. It's a new day. It's a new era. It's 2023. There you go. Shout out to Rudy Gobert.
And real quick,
he can't move after that air. Like he just
hey, bro. Oh my goodness, man. And real quick, you know what I mean? If you're in the DC area, I advise y'all to go see the Washington Wizards. Especially if you're looking for a comedic show. Because Jordan Poole is putting on a comedic clinic. He is shooting and turning his back like he's fucking Steph Curry and bricking going down the court. That's what he's doing. He's shooting and turning his back, going down the court and clanking. That's what he's doing. So if you're in town in the DC area looking for some comedy, pull up Jordan Poole. Got you, big dog.
Oh, can I add one more to that, Big V, before
Of course.
I didn't know this until a few weeks ago. The Washington Wizards actually had a fashion show at the top of the season. I think it was like 5 NBA players. Jordan Poole was one. I don't know if Jordan Poole was one, but Kyle Kuzma was one. It was like 4 or 5 other guys. These guys are having a fashion show prior to the start of the NBA season. Washington Wizards. Kyle Kuzma. There you go. There you go.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank y'all for tuning in, how y'all be tuning in. You know what I mean? We drop these joints each and every week, whether you're catching the clips on the YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We'll appreciate how you watching us, you know what I mean? Or you watching the full episode on YouTube. We love y'all all. We appreciate y'all, man. You know what I mean? Corey, I appreciate you. You know what I mean? We will be off next week for the Thanksgiving holiday. We're going to chill out. I got my surgery the day before. So, yeah. We're going to chill out and, you know what I mean? We're going to catch back up with y'all after the holiday. You know what I mean? So, hey, be looking for these clips because I'm going to be dropping a lot of YouTube shorts for y'all. You know what I mean? Corey, I appreciate you, man. Until next time, brother. Of course, man. Y'all know how we end this thing, right? Peace.